Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 2-1 of May-June 2020. So let's move on to this question number 1. Okay, so first one we have variable x and y are such that this y is plotted against this x. A straight line graph passing through the points this and this is obtained. So now you have to express y in terms of x. So we have to use this information to find this. So the first thing you have to see is that it says they have drawn a graph of this against 1 over x. And they obtain a straight line graph. Now this means that the straight line has equation in the form of y equal to mx plus c. But in this case, since we have this against this, it will have equation in terms of this equal to m 1 over x plus c. Now m is the gradient. We can find the gradient using those 2 points. This is your x1, y1. This is your x2, y2. Now as you know already, gradient is equal to m, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So let's find the value for the gradient. So first one will be 34 minus 9 divided by 3 minus 0.5. Let's find a value for m. So 34 minus 9 divided by 3 minus 0.5. That will be 10. So your value for your gradient will be 10. So right now, let's simplify. We will have this y n equal to 10 times 1 over x plus c. So now let's find the value of c. Let's use a point in this one. So for example, let's use this point, 0.5 and 9. The first point will be 1 over x, and this one will be this y. So we place these 2 points back in the equation to find the value of c. So let's do that. This will be 9 equal to 10 times 1 over x, which is 0.5, plus c. C will be 9 minus 10 times this will be 5 equal to 4. So from this we have our equation, which is root 4 of this y, and we have 10 over x plus c, which is 4. Now the question is we have to find y in terms of x, so we have to express y in terms of x. So y, since we have, so what is this function? As you guys know, this is equal to y power 1 over 4. Now if you want to send this power on this side, you have to get rid. So how do you get rid of this one? So let's simplify this here. We will have this on one side and this on the other side. So to get rid of this, we have to apply power of 4 on both sides to get rid of this power. So in that case, this will go away. So you'll have y is equal to 10 over x plus 4 power 4. So this will be your answer, which is y in terms of x. This is your answer for question number 1. So now moving on to question number 2. So part 1, write down this equation in the form of this. So we have to complete the squares. So as you can see here, we have 9 in front of x squared. So the first thing I like to do is I like to rewrite down the equation. So we have this minus 12x plus 5. So I like to separate the 5 just a little bit from the rest. So we'll have 9x squared minus 12x and some space plus 5. So for these two, let's have a look for these two. Now we have 9 here. Let's take out 9. We will have x squared minus, so 12 divided by 9, that will be 4 over 3. So 4 over 3x. Now we need to add a number here. So what number do we add here? We will have to do this number divided by 2. That will be 4 over 6 square. So if you add this number here, you have to minus the number on the back, which is 5 here, but you have to minus the same number square, but since you have 9 here, you have to multiply this by 9 as well. Okay, that's the first step. So now we can simplify. This will be 9 and this will be x. We have minus here, you write minus, and whatever is inside, you write this here. That will be 2 over 3, and square will be here. Now we have to simplify this one, plus. So what is 4 divided by 6 square times 9, and 5 minus answer, that will be 1. So plus 1. So this will be in this form. As you can see, this will be q, this will be x minus, sorry, this will be p, this is minus q square plus r. This will be in the form that we want the equation to be. Now question for part B, it says hence write down the coordinates of the minimum point of the curve. So how do you find the minimum point? You have to look inside of this square. So if you look here, we have x minus 2 over 3. We have to equate this to 0. So x will be 2 over 3. That's your x coordinate for the minimum point. Now you have to find the y coordinate. So replace x in this equation. You will have 9 times 2 over 3 square minus 12, 2 over 3 plus 5. So let's do that. So 2 over 3 square times 9 minus 8 plus 5. That will be 1. So your minimum point will be equal to 2 over 3 and 1. And this is your answer for question number 2. So moving on to question number 3, it says do not use a calculator because you need to show each step of your work in this question. So we have p of x equal to 15x cubed plus 22x squared minus 15x plus 2. That is the equation for px. Now part 1, find the remainder when px is divided by this equation. So basically what it means is that you have to equate this to 0. So x plus 1 equal to 0. So the value of x will be minus 1. So now you have to replace x by minus 1 and find what is the remainder. So px will be p of minus 1 will be 15 minus 1 power 3 plus 22 minus 1 power 2 minus 15 times minus 1 plus 2. So let's solve this and find what is the remainder. So minus 15, so 15 times minus 1 cube, that will be minus 15 plus 22 plus 15 plus 2, that will be 24. So your answer will be 24 for the remainder of this equation. Now for part 2, show that this is a factor of this. So how do you show this? You first have to do the same step. So you write x plus 2 equal to 0. Now value of x will be minus 2. So you have to show that p of minus 2 is equal to 0. You have to show that. So let's try this. So p of minus 2 is equal to 15 minus 2 power 3 plus 22 minus 2 power 2 minus 15 times minus 2 plus 2. So what is minus 2 power 3? That will be minus 8 times 15. That will be minus 120. So we have minus 120 plus, so that will be 4. 22 times 4, that will be 88 plus 30 plus 2. Let's see what do we have. So minus 120 plus 88 plus 30 and plus 2, that is 0. So in this case, you have shown that p of minus 2 equal to 0. And in this case, you have shown that it is a factor of this function. Now for part 2, write p of x as a product of a linear factor. So we have to find all the other factors of this function. So we have to first divide the function. So let's write down, this is our function, cube plus 22x squared minus 15x plus 2. So since we know this divides the function exactly, this is a factor, x plus 2, we can find the remainder and find the other factors. So let's do that. So how do you make x become 15x cubed? You have to multiply x by 15x squared. So we can have this multiplied by this, you will have 15x cubed and then this will be 30x squared. So solve, cancel out. 22 minus 30, that will be minus 8x squared minus 15x plus 2. Now the next step is, how do you make x become minus 8x squared? You have to times by minus 8x. So multiply this, you will have minus 8x squared. Then you will have minus 16x minus, so that one plus 0. So nothing afterwards. So let's simplify. This will go away. And you will have minus 15 minus 16, that will be plus 16. You have plus x, and this will be plus 2. So for this to become this, have to multiply by plus 1. So you will have this, and this will be 0. Cancel out. So what does this mean is that it means that p of x, the function is equal to this one, which is x plus 2, multiplied by this one, 15x squared minus 8 plus 1. Now you have to express that as a product of linear factors. So this one is linear, this one is not linear, it has a square, so we have to factorize this function. So how do you factorize this one? So 15 is 5 times 3, so 5 times 3, so 5x, 3x, and 1 is 1 times 1. For it to become minus 8, you have to do minus. So minus 5 minus 3 will become minus 8. So that will be plus 2, and that is your function p of x. So p of x is equal to this product of linear functions, factors. And that will be your question number 3. Let's move on to question number 6. So find the values of k for which the line, this, and the curve do not intersect. So what is the first step is to solve them simultaneously. You see y here, and you see y here. Let's replace them in each other. So you will have kx minus 7 equal to 3x squared plus 8x plus 5. That is the first step. Now let's rearrange everything on one side. You will have 3x squared plus 8x minus kx plus 5 plus 7 equal to 0. Now, as you can see, we have x and x. We can factorize that. So you will have 3x squared plus, we have 8 minus k, and x will be factorized, and plus this will be 12. So if you observe, here we have a, this is b, and this is c. A, b, and c. So now we have to use this part of the question. It says do not intersect. It means that if it does not intersect, b squared minus 4ac has to be less than 0. So first let's find the critical values of b squared minus 4ac. So what is b squared minus 4ac? So we have b here. B squared will be 8 minus k squared minus 4 times a times c. So let's find the critical values first. So critical values of k. Now you expand this one, you will have 64 minus 16k plus k squared. Then you will have minus, so 4 times 3 times 12 will be minus 144 equal to 0. Now let's try to simplify this. You will have k squared minus 16k. And what is 64 minus 144? That will be minus 80 equal to 0. Now let's try to factorize this equation. So what are the factors of 80? We know 80 divided by 5, that is 16. What else do we know? We know 8 divided by 4, that is 20. So let's use that. So 80 will be 20 times 4. So we will use this because we can find minus 16 from that. So k squared is k times k, and this will be 20 and 4 for 80. So for us to get minus 18, has to be minus 20 plus 4 for us to have minus 16. Now let's find the values. K will be minus 4 and k will be 20. Now for those two values, let's look at this curve here. As you can see, this one is the equation of a curve. Since this one here is positive, the curve will look like this. Right. Now, you have a straight line. The value of minus k is here, minus 4, and this is 20. So your question here is you have to find where it is below 0. It has to be below. So your answer will be, here will be, k needs to be between minus 4 and 20 for it to be below 0. So this will be your answer for question number 6. Question number 4 we have, in an examination, candidates must select 2 questions from the 5 questions in section A and select 4 questions from the 8 questions in section B. Find the number of ways in which this can be done. So here we have 2 sections. We have A and B. A we have 5 questions and in B we have 8 questions. So it says we have to select 2 questions, so 5, choose 2 from A, and we have to select 4 questions from 8. So from 8 we select 4 questions. So let's see the number of ways. 5 choose 2 times 8 choose 4. That will be 700. That is your answer for part 1. Now for part B, it says the digits of the number, this number, are to be arranged so that the resulting number is even. That is your main point. It needs to be even. So now let's find which numbers are even. So we have 6 is even, we have 8 is even, we have 2 is even, and the rest is 3, 7, 1, 9 are odd. So let's see, we have 7 spaces. So for it to be even, let's write down the 7 case. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 case for 7 numbers. Now for the number to be even, it has to end with those 3. So we have 3 options. Let's choose 2. For example, we have 3 options, and remaining numbers will be, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So times 6 factorial times this. So let's do that. 6 factorial times 3, that will be 2160. So this will be your answer for question number 4. Question number 5, we have vectors A and B are such that A is equal to this and B equal to this. Now find the values of the constant alpha and beta such that 4A minus B equals to this. So now what is 4A minus B? So the first thing I like to do is to rewrite A and B. I would say A is equal to alpha and 1, B is equal to 12 and beta. So now we have 4A, 4 times A will be, so 4A minus B is equal to 4 times A will be 4 alpha, 4 minus B will be 12 and beta. This is the first part equal to, write this down in this shape, you will have alpha plus 3 and minus 2. Now we can equate that one by one. So the first on top will be 4 alpha minus 12 equal to alpha plus 3. So let's make alpha the subject of formula. You will have 3 alpha equal to 15. Alpha will be equal to 5. Now for this part you will have 4 minus beta equal to minus 2. So beta will be 4 plus 2, which is 6. So your values will be alpha is 5 and beta is 6. So write down the value of A will be alpha is 5, 1, and the value of B will be 12, 6. Now to part B, it says, hence find the vector, the unit vector in this direction. So let's find that first. So what is B minus 4A? B will be 12 over 6 minus 4 times A will be 24. That will be equal to minus 8, and that will be 2. So find your unit vector in this direction. So you have to find using the formula, which is the vector divided by its magnitude. That will be minus 8 over this divided by the magnitude of this vector. That will become square root of minus 8 square plus 2 square. Minus 8, 2 divided by, so 8 square plus 2 square, that is 68. So root of 68. So this will be your answer for the unit vector in this direction. You can always simplify if you want to, but you can also leave your answer just like that. And that will be question number 5. Let's move on to question number 8. So we have to expand this and simplify each coefficient. So how do you expand this? Don't worry, the formula has been given to you right here. Expand this will be a power n and then going on afterwards. So let's do that. First one is a power n, so 2 power 5, that's the first term, plus 5 choose 1. So it was 5 choose 0 before, but it is 1, so it does not matter. So let's do this one. 5 choose 1, then it will be 2 power 4, and then minus x power 1. Then we have 5 choose 2, then will be 2 power 3, minus x power 2. Now we have 5 choose 3, 2 power 2, minus x power 3, 5 choose 4, then we have 2 power 1 and minus x power 4. And the last term will be plus 5 choose 5, 2 power 0, minus x power 5. Now let's simplify every term to see what we get. The first one will be 2 power 5. So 2 power 5, that will become 32. Plus 5 power 1 is 5, and then, 5 choose 1. 5 choose 1 is 5. 2 power 4 is 16. And minus x power 1 is minus x. Then we have plus 5 choose 2 is 10, so 5 choose 2, that will be 10 times 8 times x squared. Then we have 5 choose 3 is also 10, 10, then we have 4, then we have minus x cubed. Then we have plus 5 choose 4 is what? 5 choose 4 is 5. 5 times 2 times x power 4, and the last one will be 5 choose 5 is 1, 1, x power minus 5. So let's simplify this again. So what is 3? So the first term is 32 plus 5 times 16, that will be 80. That will be minus 80x. Let's use a different color, minus 80x. Then we have plus 80x squared. Then we have minus 40x cubed plus 10x power 4, and we have minus x power 5. So this will be the expansion of this in its simplest form. This is 32 minus 80x. Okay, this will be that expansion. Now move on to point B. It says, hence solve this equation. So whenever you see hence, you have to use your answer in part 1. So how would you solve this equation? So let's have a look to see what we have. Here we have the expansion of this above, so let's replace that. Let's see what we get. So you will have e 2 minus x power 5. E, that will be 32 minus 80x plus 80x squared minus 40x cubed plus 10x power 4 minus this. Right. And when you have it times something, it becomes plus 80x. So this becomes plus 80x. Now divide by, when you have to divide, become minus. Minus the powers, minus 10x plus 32. Now let's simplify the top. What we see what we have. We have e power of, so we have x, so minus 80x plus 80, that will go away. Then we have minus 10 power 4 plus 10 power 4, that will go away. This also will go away. So in the end we will have 80x squared minus 40x cubed and minus this equal to this one. Right. Now we have to solve this. Solve is to find the value of x. So we just have to, since they have the same base, we can just minus the base. You'll have the same top, which is 80x squared minus 40x cubed minus this, equal to minus this. So these two will cancel out. You will have, so you will have 80x squared minus 40x cubed remaining. So let's factorize. We factorize x squared out. You will have 80 minus 40x. So your first answer will be x squared is equal to 0. Then you will have 80 minus 40x equal to 0. Now the first one is obvious, x equal to 0. Then this will be x equal to, so you send this one over here, that will be 80 divided by 40, which is 2. So your answers will be x equal to 0 or x equal to 2. So your answer for question number 8. Now moving on to question number 7, have to solve this equation simultaneously. So what is the first thing you can do? Whenever you see a power here and these are different than this, you can have log. If you apply log on this side, 10x plus 2y equal to log of 5. Simplify, you will have x plus 2y. Log of 10 is 1, so times 1 is 1 equal to log of 5. That is your first equation. Then for this one, the same thing will happen. You will have 3x plus 4y equal to log of 50. That will be equation number 2. Then we make this the subject of formula x. So x will be equal to log of 5 minus 2y. Replace x in this function. You will have 3 times x, 3 log of 5 minus 6y plus 4y equal to log of 50. Now let's simplify. What is this one? It is log of 5 power 3 minus 2y equal to log of 50. Let's make y the subject of formula. You will have 2y. Send this one on this side. You will have log of 125, which is this one, minus log of 50. So when you have log minus, it will be log of 125 divided by 50. So let's do that. 125 divided by 50, that is 2.5. So 2y is equal to log of 2.5. So y will be half log of 2.5, which is log of root of 2.5. That is your value for y. Now what is the value for x? X will be equal to log of 5 minus 2 times y will be log of 2.5. That will be minus, so minus becomes divide. That will be log of 2. So here we have two values, so one is x and one is y. So two values for x and y, and this is your solution. Now moving on to part B, we have to solve this equation. So here what can we do is, if you observe, you have, so let's write this down again. You will have 2x 1 over 3 power 2 minus x 1 over 3 minus 10 equal to 0. So what can we do in this case? We can say let u equal to x power 1 over 3. That will become 2u squared minus u minus 10 equal to 0. So let's first solve for u. Factorize. That will become 2u times u. 10. What is 10? 10 is, we know 2 times 5. Let's do that. So let's do 5 here and 2 here. For us to get minus u, we have to do minus 5 plus 4. So u becomes 5 over 2 and u becomes minus 2. But now the question is to find the value of x. So replace u by x. X 1 by 3 becomes 5 over 2. X 1 by 3 becomes minus 2. Now to get rid of the 1 power 3, you have to take power 3 on both sides. Take power 3 on both sides. So you will have, this one will go away. So x will be 5 power 3 is 125 divided by 8, and this one will be minus 8. So these are the two values for x. And this is question number 7. Now question number 9, we have a particle travels in a straight line as it passes through the point O, which is this point. The particle is traveling at a velocity of 3 meters per second. So that's the first point at 0, 3. Now the particle continues at this speed for 60 seconds. So for 60 seconds it continues at this speed, and then it decelerates at a constant rate for 15 seconds to a velocity of 1.6. The particle then decelerates again at a constant rate for 5 seconds to reach point A, where it stops. Okay, stops mean at v equal to 0, stops. So here we have a few steps. So the first step is this one. So it passes to the point O. The particle has a speed of 3. So let's mark this at point O. So point O will be, so let's make this one, so 1, 2, and 3. Let's label these as 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so it says at point O, the speed was 3. The particle continues at this speed for 60 seconds. So let's say 60 seconds was approximately for this long. Right, let's say this was 60 seconds at a constant speed. Now the next step will be, it then decelerates at a constant rate for 15 seconds. So 60 plus 15, that will be about 75. Let's say it's about here for 75. It decelerates at a constant rate to a speed of 1.6. So 1.6 will be between, this will be 1.5, 1.6 will be 2, will be about this. So this point joining to 1.6 will be about 1 to 1.6 will be about this point right here. So this coming to here will be the constant deceleration at, okay, it has to go down a bit. So 1.6 will be about this point. So let's assume it's here. That's not a problem. So let's label this one. We just have to label this as 1.6. That's okay, that's not a problem. As long as you label your line as 1.6 and this is at 75, that should be okay. And the next step is 1.6. The particle then decelerates again at the constant rate for 5 seconds to reach a point A where it stops. So it stops at point A, so it will be 5 seconds. That will be 80. So that will be right here. That is your point A at 80. So as you can see here, we have a few steps. Okay, so this will be your graph. So this, and this will be your velocity time graph for that particle. That is for part 1. Now question part B, it says to find the distance between O and A. So distance is always area under graph. So how would you find that? So we can break this down into a few parts. We have a trapezium here and a trapezium here. So we can break this down into 2 parts. So let's say this one is A and this one is B. So let's find the area of A. So this and this will be sum of parallel sides, so half times. This will be 75 plus this one will be 60 times the height in between will be 1.4. That's the first one. Now for B, half times this side and this side, it will be 80 plus 75 times the height in between will be 1.6. So let's solve to find both areas. Half 75 plus 60 times 1.4, that will be 94.5, and this one will be half 80 plus 75 times 1.6, that will be 124. So the area in the graph will be the 2 A plus B plus 94.5, that will be 218.5. 0.50 meters for the area of that, for the distance traveled, which is area under graph. Now for part C, it says, find the deceleration in the last 5 seconds. So how do you find deceleration? You have to find gradient of the triangle. So let's find out. So here we have a triangle. What is the height of the triangle? It is 1.6. And what is the base? Is 5. So the gradient will be 1.6 height divided by base. That will be 1.6 divided by 5 will be 0.32 meters per second square. So this will be your answer for the deceleration. And this is your question number 9. Let's move on with question number 10. So here we have two graphs. As you can see, we have y equal to this, which is this graph, and we have y equal to this one, which is this one. Now it says that this graph intersects the x-axis at this point A, and also meets the other graph at this point B. Now question is to find the value of A and the value of B. A is this one and B is this one. So A is pretty easy. A is the point where this graph cuts the x-axis. So you have to know that at x-axis the value of y is 0. So the graph is equal to y equal to x minus 3 power 2, but y is 0. That will be x minus 3 power 2 equal to 0. So from this you will have x minus 3 equal to 0. So x will be equal to 3. So x will be here. So a value of A will be equal to 3. Now let's find the value of B. B is a point of intersection between the two curves. So let's write those two equations first. You have x minus 3 power 2, and you have y equal to 4x 2 power, so x power 2 over 3. Now we can solve these two simultaneously. But you can see that the value of y is equal to 4, and this is the value of x. So we can try to replace this to find the value of, so we don't need to solve them simultaneously because we know the value of y already. So we just need to replace the value of y by 4 to find the value of x. So let's do that. We can choose either functions. Let's choose this one. You will have, or this one, you have 4 equal to x minus 3 power 2. That will become 2x minus 3, and this will become x equal to 5. So this value here will be 5. Because there's another solution, because this is square root of, because that will be plus minus of 2, because we have to send a square root over this side, if that makes sense. So in that case it can be 5, or it can be, x can be minus 2 plus 3 as well. It can be 1. So x can be 1, or it can be x equal to 5. So in this case we know that this is 3 here, this is 3, but this cannot be 5 because it is before 3, so it can only be 1. So your value of b will actually be 1. It cannot be 5. So from this we have found out that the value of a is equal to 3 and the value of b is equal to 1. So these two values. Now question part B, to find the area of the shaded region. So how would you find this area? So there's two steps. The first one, let's break this down area into two parts. So we draw a line here. This will be your line. X is equal to 1. This is 0. And this is x equal to 3. So we have to find this area into two parts. The first area will be area of A and area of B. Area of A will be area under this graph, which is integral of x equal to 1 and 0, and will be this graph by dx. Area of B will be between this one, 3 and 1, and for this graph will be x minus 3 power 2 dx. So let's do that. That will be the sum of A plus B. So let's expand. So for A, we will have integral of 1, 0, 4, 2 over 3 dx. That will be 4 times x. So if you add 1 to this one, you will have 5 over 3 divided by 5 over 3. And then you have to simplify. So what is 4 divided by 5 over 3? That will be 2 over 5, which is, what is 2? So 2 over 5, it is 12 over 5. So 12 over 5, x 5 over 3. Now the limits will be from 1 to 0. Simplify, that will become 12 over 5. Inside will be 1, 5 power 3 minus 0, which is 1. So the answer is 12 over 5, which is 12 divided by 5, that will be 2.4. So area of A will be 2.4. Now we have to find the area of B, which is from 3 to 1, x minus 3 square dx. So if you don't know how to do this, you can always expand, so it's simpler for you. That will be 3, 1, you have x squared minus 6x plus 9 dx. That will be x power 3 over 3 minus 6 power 2 over 2 plus 9 power x, and between 3 and 1. So let's simplify. Here you will have x 3 over 3 minus 3 square plus 9x, and same thing, 3 to 1. Now simplify, you will have 3 power 3 is 27 over 3 minus 3 times 9 plus 9 times 9, so 9 times 3 will be 27 minus 1 over 3 minus 3 plus 9. So let's simplify. 27 divided by 3 will be 9. 9 minus 3 times 9 plus 27. That will be 9. Minus, so 1 over 3 minus 3 plus 9, that will be 613. So your answer will be 9 minus answer. That will be 2/3. So now for the area of the region will be area of A plus area of B. A was 2.4 plus 2 over 3. So plus 2.4, that will be 5, 1 over 5, or you can write in terms of decimal 5.07. So this will be the shaded area of that region. And this is question number 10. Let's move on to question number 11. The function f is defined by f of x equal to ln 2x plus 1 for the values of x is more than 0. So part 1, sketch the graph of x of y, and hence sketch the graph of y equal to f inverse of x. So you have to know that how is this relationship of f of x and f of inverse of x. So from practice and experience, you will know that these two graphs are just reflection in the line of y equal to x. So that is the key point here in this question, that we know that these two are just reflection in this line. So first we have to draw this one. So this one is an ln graph. So how would you draw an ln graph? So normally you have to know how does an ln x graph look like. So the graph will look like, this is your x, this is your y. It will look like this. So it will keep going on, it will never touches this line. That's how it looks like. But now we have 2x plus 1 inside. So let's see if it touches the x-axis or the y-axis. As you can see, the value of x is equal to 0 as well. So let's find out. So if x equal to 0, what is the value of fx? It will be ln 20 plus 1. That will be ln 1, which is 0. So the value is 0, 0. So your curve starts at the point 0, 0. That's the first point. Now as you can see, the shape looks like this, but now it has 2x. It goes more up and 1 to the right. So more up. So you will touch the 0 now, but you just have to go up. It doesn't have to be exact because this one is only a sketch. So that's the shape of my graph f of x. Y equal to f of x. Now to draw f of inverse of x, what you need to do is to draw a, let's do some markings here so we can have a good line. This is 1, this is 1, and they meet about this point. Yep, so this will be my line of reflection. So this should not be curved. This is my line y equal to x. It will be my line of reflection for my y equal to f of x and y equal to f inverse of x. So let's just do that. Try to make sure that your curve is as smooth as possible for both sides. So let me try to do it this way. Hopefully I can make it smooth as well. It's only a sketch, so it doesn't need to be exact, but you get the idea. It needs to be a reflection in this line. This will be your y equal to f inverse of x. And this is your question for part 1. Now for part 2, it says the function g is defined by g of x equal to this plus 1 for this. Okay. Now part 1, find the expression for g inverse and state its domain and range. So let's first find g inverse. So first thing you will do, let y equal to g of x, which is x minus 4, 2 plus 1. Now replace, we have to make x the subject of formula. So we have to send 1 over here. You will have y minus 1 equal to x minus 4 square. Now simplify. X minus 4 will be square root of y minus 1. Now x will be equal to 4 plus this. So once you have this, this is your g inverse. So g inverse of x. So as you can see, it is in terms of x, you have to change y to x. So that will be your g inverse of x. Now to find the domain and range of g inverse of x, we can just find the domain and range of g of x. This is the domain has been given to us. This is the domain of g of x. This thing right here. So you should know that domain of g of x is equal to the range of g inverse of x. So because of that, the range will be g inverse of x will be less equal to 4. That will be this one. Now to find its domain, let's find the range of g of x. So what is the range of g of x? So let's replace. We have a value of x. The limit is less or equal to 4. Let's take value as x equal to 4 and see what we have. That will be g of x, g of 4 actually. So you have 4 minus 4 square plus 1. So g equal to 1. So in that case, the range of g is equal to, so you have g of x is more or equal to 1, because as you can see, if you decrease the value to 3, that will be 1 square is 1 plus 1 is 2, so it goes up. Decrease the value to 1, that will become 5, so it keeps going up. So the minimum value here is 1, and then the function keeps going up as you decrease the value. So the range of g will be more than this, which means the domain of g inverse is equal to the same, x more than 1. So just to recap, so when you write g this of x, this is the range of the function, and then if you write x more than 1, that will be the that is a domain. So whenever it's an x value, it's a domain, and the g of x, which is just y, it is the range. That's the range, and that is the domain. Okay, so let's move on to part 2 now. It says find a simplified expression for f of g of x. So first step, let's write down both functions. So we have f of x equal to ln 2x plus 1. Then we have g of x equal to x minus 4 power plus 1. So now we have to find f of g of x. So f of g of x is actually f of g of x. We have to replace g of x inside of f. That will be ln 2x, x will become g of x. Will be x minus 4 square plus 1. Let's simplify. That will become ln 2x minus 4 square plus 2 plus 1. So you will have ln of 2x minus 4 square plus 3. So this will be your function f g of x. Now the question is here, explain why this function does not exist, gf of x. Why? So let's write down the range of each function. So of the domain, as you know, f of x is defined by x is more than 0. Now g of x is defined by x is less than equal to 4. So in that case, it would not be possible to have this, because as you can see, the domain of g is outside of the domain of f. That's why it would not be possible. There's a discontinuity. The values have, so it stops. So let's see, so value of f from 0 to 4, it is inside of g, but from 4 going up, it is outside, because the value of g is only less than 4. So let's write this down. So the domain of, you can write anything, so a domain of, let's say domain of f is not a subset domain of g. That's why it does not exist. So there, that should be it for your question number 11. Now moving on to question number 12, we have find the x coordinates of the stationary points of the curve y equal to this. So we have to know that at stationary points, so you have to know that all the time, dy by dx equal to 0. That's what you have to know. So we have to find dy by dx. So we have y. How do you find dy by dx? So that will equal to, the first one remain the same. We have to use the product rule here. So the first one remain the same. Then we have to differentiate the other one, which is dy by dx. So d by dx of this one, 2x plus 3 power 6. Then you have to plus, and then the second one remain the same, and then we have to multiply by d by dx of the first one. Okay, so now let's just simplify, see what we have. So the first one remain the same, e3x. Now differentiate this one, so power times 6, 2x plus 3 minus 1, 5, and multiply by the inside of 2. Now plus, this one remain the same, plus 3 power 6, and this one becomes 3e 3x. Okay, so now let's simplify. Let's see what we have. So for the first part, we have 2 times 6, that will be 12, e power 3x. Then we have 2x plus 3 power 5 plus 3 power 3, 2x plus 3 power 6. Now we can factorize. You can see this is the same, this is the same, and this is power 5. So what is this? If you would know, 2x power 6 is just 2x plus 3 power 5 times 2x plus 3. As you can see, we have power 5 here, the same as power 5 here. So we can take it out. We can take out 3, e of 3x, they are same, and we can take out 2x plus 3 power 5. Now what is remaining? So 3 out, there will be 4 remaining, and plus remaining this will be 2x plus 3. Now simplify, you will have 3x, and then 2x plus 3 power 5, 4x plus, so 4 plus 3 is 7, so 7 plus 2x, that is your dy by dx. So now you're trying to find the x coordinates of the stationary points, so dy by dx equal to 0. Let's equate that. You will have 3e3x equal to 0, 2x plus 3 power 5 equal to 0, and 7 plus 2x equal to 0. The first one here is x equal to minus 7 over 2, which is minus 3.5. This one will be 2x plus 3 equal to 0. X will be minus 3 divided by 2, minus 1.5. And this one here you will have, so first thing you will have e3x equal to 0, and then 3x is equal to ln 0, which is not possible. So the only two values that we have is this one, so x will be equal to minus 1.5 or 3.5 for the x coordinate of the stationary points we are trying to find for this curve. Now let's move on to part B. It says a curve have equation y equal to f of x has exactly two stationary points. Given that f double prime is just d2y by dx2 equal to this, which is the second derivative, right? Now we have dy by dx of 0.5 equal to 0, dy by dx of 3 equal to 0. Now it says use this one here, test, to determine the nature of each of the stationary points. So the points that we have as stationary points are these two, because as you can see, dy by dx of those points equal to 0, and we know that at stationary points dy by dx is 0. So it means that these points at x equal to 0.5 and at x equal to 3, so these are the stationary points. So now we have to find the nature. We have to use this one. So first test of 0.5, that will be 4 times 0.5 minus 7. That will be 2 minus 7 minus 5. This is a negative value. So in that case, that will be a maximum point. And for this one, same steps. Then you have 4 times 3 minus 7. That will be 12 minus 7. That is 5. It is a positive value, so that will be a minimum point. Okay. So in that case, since we have shown this and this, we have shown the nature of each point. Now let's move on to part C. In these questions, all the lengths are in centimeters. So we have 4x, x, and h. It says the diagram shows a solid cuboid. Solid means everywhere is closed, with a height of h and a rectangular base of 4x by x. Now, the volume of the cuboid is given by 40 centimeter cube. Given that x and h can vary and the surface area of the cuboid has a minimum value, find this minimum value. So step by step. First, the volume is given to you. How do you find the volume of a cuboid? As you know, volume will be length times width times height. So volume is 40, length is 4x times height. From this we have height is equal to 40 divided by 4x squared, which is 10 over x squared. That's the first step, to find the value of h. Now, as you can see, we are trying to find the surface area of the cuboid. So how would you find the surface area of this shape? So first you count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 surfaces. So TSA, total surface area of this will be, the first one will be this and the back. So that will be 4x times height, which is over x squared, times 2, because it has the front and the back. Now plus this side, that will be x times h times 2, front and back. And then last one, the bottom and top, that will be 4x times x times 2. Now let's simplify. Let's see what we have. This will become 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 10 will be 80. this one go away, so 80 over x plus this will be 20 over x plus 8x squared. This is your area, right? Area will be this. So now we can simplify this. As you can see, area will be 8x squared plus have the same base, we can just add them. This is, and we can write this down as this as well. This is your area of that cuboid. Now we have to find the area at the minimum value. So we have to find the value of x at which a is minimum. So you should know that at minimum value, dA by dx is equal to 0. So let's find that. Let's find dA by dx. That will be 16 x minus 100 over x squared equal to 0. Now find the value of x. So we can first multiply by x squared to get rid of x squared. That will be 16 x squared, x cubed minus 100 equal to 0. Then from this you will have 16 x cubed equal to 100. Now that will be 100 divided by 16. So if you simplify it by 4, you will have to 25 and 4 divided by 4 by 4. So x will be cube root of 25 by 4. So for this value of x, as you can see here, a will have a minimum value. So now we place back in the function of a. So 8x will be 325 over 4 power 2 plus 100 over 25 over 4. So let's find the value of a. So first let's find out what is 25 divided by 4. Then have to cube root of that answer. So first one is 8 answer square plus 100 divided by answer. That will be 81.4 for the minimum value of the area. So let's try that one more time. So we have 25 divided by 4. We have cube root of the answer. Now we have 8 answer square plus 100 divided by the answer. Yep, 81.4. So that will be my minimum value for the area. And this is the last question of this paper. I hope that was somewhat helpful. And as always, thank you for watching. I will see you soon.